That's something I wish I could do because that's something I know the game decently well enough. So, uh, let's talk about Gragas as a support. He's not very popular because he's better everywhere else, but that doesn't mean he's bad at being a support. So, what I'm going to do is try to talk over the merits of him, go over what's going on with him, and then I'll watch this game and commentate over it and pick out all my flaws, mistakes, mindset when playing the game, going through that specific thing. So you can add Gragas, who's a unique support to your repertoire, because he has a lot of advantages going for him um, in comparison to other people. And you can play him two different ways. You can play him tank, or you can play him uh, like an AP kind of like burst support as well. So let's go over Gragas real quick and talk about some stuff about him that we already may or may not know. First, we'll go with skins. Obviously, that's the most important part. Gragas has this horrendous skin. Never play it. You're an idiot if you do. Some other bad ones, like whatever. But you can either bring him down with Santa. It's probably one of my favorite ones. You gotta go classy. This one has a lot of interactions with it. It has a bug on it where I don't even think you can play it in the LCS. It has a bug on it where your W, I think it's your W, cancels a lot of your animations so you can't see if you're throwing a Q or an R. So uh, that one has some severe bugs attached to it. But other than that, you're throwing like Pepsi at people. Like how much more badass are you gonna get? This one's always a classic. I think it's probably his best skin, maybe just based off recall. I like this one because its ass crack is showing, and I like big asses. This one, if you're like paying homage to a European team, which not many people should. And then, I guess if you like D&D or I don't know, I think this one's really bad. And then his base. So, a lot of key things I should note about Gragas. He has a lot of combos, so I'm not going to go over a lot of specific things. I might mention those more when I'm in game, but just know that you can cast a lot of your abilities when you're in your E animation. So you can cast your R and you can cast your Q, and you can also hit people with your W. Very important to be able to auto or cancel your abilities on Gragas because a lot of his have wind-ups and such, and that's very important to get your spells weaving a little quicker. This is probably his best spell, honestly. Body Slam. Body Slam is probably the best dash spell I always argue in the game because it not only does it grant you distance, it grants you a huge stun, a knockback, and very importantly, it gets you. It cancels other dashes. So say Lissandra tried. I'm gonna go with that. Say Lissandra tried using her claw or something like that. You could stun her out of it. Echo, you can knock him out of his E. You can do the same with basically many dashes. It's very important to be able to do that. Tristana's jump. Numerous Caitlyn's net. I'm trying to think of like bottom lane matchups. Lucian's dash. You can name like anybody's dash bottom lane. Alistair's headbutt. I'm pretty sure it has a weird interaction with that. So lots of definite interactions with that. That's probably his best spell. Q is very nice just for it offers wave clear and such. But your Q, W, and E at level 3 can like almost like half health player. With Ignite, you might even be able to get the kill with Thunderlords. That's if you're going AP. This becomes even more valuable when you're tanky and can just non-stop throw it out. So you want CDR. Once you hit somebody, it goes lower. And then his passive just gives you more HP in lane. And you can combine that with W usually because it's not that high of a mana cost spell. Get some nice sustain besides just using potions. And then obviously this is disengage and engage. Very important. One of the biggest things about Gragas is he offers you both engage and disengage, and they're both extreme in both capacities. So what I mean by that is Gragas' engage is probably one of the best in the game with an E flash or flash E body, flash body slam, and an ult with a Q in there if you want to slow him down if you know they don't have flash or whatnot. And he can also catch up with his Q as well. And he can also disengage with E, and he can also disengage with his ult. Very important that he has both of those. So as a tank, that's your main source of doing anything besides just CCing people. You can get them off your carries. You can slow them down. All of that jazz. So as a tank, his engage and disengage is amazing. Besides like Malphite's ult, but like for probably just a basic ability, Body Slam Flash is probably the best engage. I'd argue in the game. non-ultimate, and combine it with the ultimate, it just becomes like the best. So that's probably one of the biggest reasons to pick Gragas. Second reason, if you're going AP, which is the harder route to do, you can burst people really quickly. He's one of the highest bursts in the game. And in bottom lane, his early game and late game, because of his engage, his early game's like insane. It's like, um, it's probably one of the strongest early games in the game with those 3 spells. So spell weeding those. So what we did for this game, I'm gonna try to go to my Runes and Masteries real quick. So what we did for the game I'm going to show you is we went AP, and I have a specific AP page I kind of want to show you and bounce off. If you're going like tank, I think like a tank page like just like normal armor, just get you bulky as hell so you can just throw more stuff out. You can get CDR if you want to instead of magic resist, but lots of armor and such. But I think for this page I went a AP page, which I have actually gold per 10, stranger enough, and some AP and health, and just basically stuff that helps you survive a little more. So you can go AP or tank. Tank's easier and probably warrants. You can if you trust in your teammates, which you can't always do in ranked. It's probably the safer one to go. But if you don't, and you want to try to hard carry, going AP is also not a bad option as well. You can also go like a mix of it. So one of my favorite items nowadays, I'll even pull it up, it's Abyssal Mask. I think it's one of the best Gragas items. It gives you a lot of HP. Where is it? That's not that. There it is. It gives you a lot of AP. It gives you armor, or it gives you magic resist. It gives you cooldown reduction, and it also grants you that passive where you can give them 15% of their damage taken. They take more magic damage, which is good if you have another AP source. So you can do that. Say you go a normal AP build into that. That's a very strong buy as well. Let me see what else I can pull up. You try to want to take Ignite on Gragas support. Unless you're a tank, you probably just go Exhaust. Let me pull this up again. So yeah, that's the gist of it. I didn't want to go too hardcore into abilities because a lot of people know how Gragas plays. It's just more of a mindset when you're going into support. It's a different mindset because you're a little squishier, so engaging without being tanky is riskier. And as a support tank, using your ult actively is pretty extreme because you have to think about disengaging and engaging at the same time. As an AP, it's even harder because you can combo people. You want to use it as burst, but at the same time you want to save your teammates. So balancing that is, again, really hard. Who works really well with Gragas? I forgot to talk this out. So I already said Gragas has a really strong early game and such. So combining that with other champions that have either CC or early games is really strong. Draven works really well. Jhin, if you can throw a Q out, you can get a nice little lockdown out. He sets that up and you can ult and knock people around. I think he works well with Jhin. I think he works well with Caitlyn because she can poke him down and you can engage on him. You know, your burst is not that strong with her. It's just the combination of those two of her work really well. I also think he works really well with Lucian. And stranger enough, like not in lane, if you're tank, he works well with Vayne because Vayne wants to isolate targets and pick them off one by one and get Silver Bolt procs on them. Gragas is actually really good at setting that up. But in terms of like bursting through lane and such, since Vayne's lanes are like really bad, not my favorite. Kalista, Tristana, they're both really strong right now, and Gragas will fit really well with them. So your Gragas, depending on like what kind of like build he also does, could influence that as well. Like I said, he's better with tank for Vayne and such. Who he's good against, Kog'Maw. Anybody you can cancel their dash on. Kog'Maw, he's probably like, if you see a Kog'Maw, I want to pick him into that. I love going against Kog'Maws because has no escapes or anything. Jin's a similar way. He can play so far back, but he can flash on him. Jinx. Anybody who like doesn't want to go. Vayne especially, you can clobber her. It's hard to sometimes get Tristana because you can buffer your E. So low mobility mages or ADCs are usually the best to go against. And then other supports that like I like going against. I usually ban Janna because she can tornado your E. Thresh is also really annoying as well. Braum, as he shows up right back here, Braum is frustrating to go against because he can shield your ult and your Q and your E, and your guy can't burst through him as well. So I hate going against Braum. I don't mind going against Morgana. You can disengage her off and burst her through her shield. You can pop that shield really easily. Gragas has a lot of high base damage, so he's good against Leona, I would say. Basically any champion that, like Soraka, he's really good against. Rakan, he can cancel his dash. I actually go against Azaya and Rakan. That lane is pretty frustrating, but we have, I think, I have a Sivir, and he works alright with Sivir. Not the greatest synergy there, but he can cancel a lot of Rakan's dashes and such, so that's really handy. I think you'll see it a couple times during the game. But anybody you can like engage on really hard is a prime, like when you have a chance to go on with Gragas. If they have high disengage, like, you know, Caitlyn, Janna, maybe not the best time to pick them. Ezreal, Janna, you know, no one plays Ezreal. Yeah, you just gotta be wary of that. So I'm gonna pull up Gragas right now, my match that I had earlier today. I have numerous amounts of mistakes, so I just want to warn you. I'll even call them out. I think I'd even give like first blood up or something like that. I'll try to run down what's going through my mind when I'm playing Gragas, support at least, and then what I could have done better in the situation, etc. Hopefully this works. I haven't actually tested if like a recording's gonna work, so we're gonna try it out. We're just gonna try it, and we'll see what we can do. Hopefully it's not too loud either. I'm gonna actually turn that down. Okay. I think the sound should be alright. It's a little laggy, which is unfortunate. Oh well, we're gonna roll with it. I just want to get this recording done anyway. So I'm gonna follow Gragas around. That's me, and then I'm gonna turn off directed camera, which I have to do. Where's directed? I forget how you turn off directed camera. I know there's a way you can do it.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Okay, so during this game, I know it's really laggy, just bear with me. Which I'm surprised it is, but wow. We have no vision there. So during this game, what we have to keep aware of is they have an Eve. They have an Eve with Ignite, so me going in early, I'm already like cautious about that because she can be anywhere on the map. And she's a lot more dangerous. She's the equivalent of having like a Shaco. Like you have to really respect them. So it's pretty frustrating versus like Eve or something like that. So what I'm doing instead is I'm going to be a little more patient than I normally am. It's going to bite me, I think, a little later, but this guy comes late. Like I said, this lane's difficult because these two have really good synergy, but I can cancel his dash in, and I can, this team is also really, like, one of the reasons I like picking into this team is because they have Syndra, who's really low mobility. Teemo, I'm not going to have to really worry about, and Eve. So none of these guys have, like, really high dashes or escapes, so if they don't have flash, I'm going in on them. And I can make her burn her all the time. So that's going to be my goal during the game. I could have went tanky because we don't really have a tank, but we have a lot of damage, and I want to be able to like see if we can burst them through, so I'm going to start engaging fights and such. So early on in laning phase, you just want to try to poke with your barrel, because I'm going the AP route. This item is like actually shit for the most part, but it builds my AP a little more. So that is also pretty good. We don't know if Rakan's technically here or not in the game, but we assume that he was. So that gives us a really early level 2, which is really handy. So you want to poke with Qs. I'm going to actually speed up the game a little bit. You want to poke with Qs. Look for opportunities to body slam W. That'll do a lot of damage. Hopefully the game's not like melted down by now, but I think what happens is we see Eve up there. So look how much damage I just did with that like little harass. This guy is basically his laning phase is pretty much over from that. I can body slam flash him at any point, which you'll see I try to do. They have a ward here, I find out as well, but what ends up happening is even though I have like a really good opportunity to like probably burst them at this much HP or at least get their heal, I fuck up really bad. But I'll explain what happened when it gets to it. I think it's actually forced. So yeah, she gets fucked with that. I can block with my dash. Should be coming up. So I see an opportunity. I'm like, well, oh, did I not go in there? Oh, Q poke. Q poke. With Thunderlords, I can do a lot of damage. Should be it wasn't first blood, like I thought. Okay. So I think right here, I want to get the Zaya. So I do get her, but I flash. For some reason, I flash like in the same place, which is really stupid. So they ping my shit down. You piece of shit. Anyway, so yeah, I think I got her heal for sure, and I got his exhaust. But I shouldn't have flashed in place. Even if I burn my flash backwards, it's probably worth getting some of her spells. And she didn't even kill me. I learned that. It wouldn't have mattered. But now his flash is down as well. I think that's one of my key mistakes of the game already. So I don't think I make too many of those. I'll make another one. I think like really late that I remember like I was like really wanting to pick out. So Eve comes for our Sivir. I help her out with this. We almost turned this actually. Like Neil came like close to killing like 2 of them right there. He gets out with like 0 HP. I don't even know how much it gets out, but it's not much. So that's a little unlucky. Try to go through a lead phase. So I'm full HP. Sivir wants to go B, so you push this wave and I'll let her do that. I have no flash or anything, but I think somebody pinged me not oh Jesus. God, I can't even think of her name right now. Anyway, I know she doesn't have flash, or somebody pinged that she doesn't have flash. So I'm gonna do a little roam up here. With your Q and your E, you can get a lot on it. And like I said, she's a low mobility, so you want to hold that Q as long as you can. Get in there. As you can see, I think I E like right there. I Q during the middle of my E animation, and that your Q comes out instead of waiting afterwards to do that. It would have taken a lot longer, and I got more damage out of it. So it's very important that you are able to cast during your E, and hopefully they never take that away, even though that's pretty broken. But yeah, make roams while you can on Gragas because he's got probably one of the best. Like I said, his basic ability E is probably one of the best abilities in the game for like ganking other people and jumping them. So I saw an opportunity, I took it. Anyway, the game is pretty even. I know their Teemo's are like really ahead, so it's gonna be something to keep aware of because he's got Knight and he's gonna go like split pushing, so he's gonna be a threat to a lot of our guys. I think I might be down for a little gank right here, but nothing comes of it because, like, what can we do? So throw Qs at him. Sivir's got a BF. She's really far ahead. For Sivir, that's not bad. I guess she's also got this, but she's been farming really well in comparison to this guy's 28 CS. So we've been kind of crushing lane because we've been pushing it in their towers. That's basically all Sivir does. So again, lane. Typical laning stuff. Clear their wards, try to get a pink up so we know if Eve is coming, because she's already made a visit and wants to kill us. We don't want. Surprisingly, we don't want to die. My flash is back up soon. And that's probably one of the most important spells because it basically doubles my best move. I'll keep saying that over and over again. What you can do with your Q poke, by the way, I should have mentioned this, is if you hit the middle of their model as soon as like it's on it, you can hold it as long as they don't have dashes to see if you can try to get a red burst on them, which does a lot more damage. It's really handy sometimes. People don't notice that you're AP and you can get a lot of chunks of damage. And if you can get double barrel, that's really handy as well. So Eve is coming down right here. We obviously don't know she's there. So I'm going to show you, this is one of the most important things about it. She disengages this, I get a Q off on them, and then I E, knock back 2 of them, and then ult the rest of them away right here, and that disengages that completely. I debatably, so Here's where another little instance. I could have ulted probably one of them. It's easy. It's safer for me to ult all of them. I didn't even know she had heal and he had exhaust. They probably should have used both of those. Anyway, my point is I could have ulted one of them closer and we probably could have focused them down, debatably gotten a kill. Who knows? It's probably just safer for me to ult all of them away, even though I'm AP. We'll be able to pick up ult here. I slow this guy down. Jackson and FTC, and I flash away from Eve, so she doesn't kill me. I don't even know if I needed the flash, but why the hell not? So that snowballs us a lot. Jax will take Dragon off of this. Sivir get a full wave to herself after we're already up this much CS. And Riven, I think, makes an appearance mid. I don't think they actually get anything. They get her flash, which is really important. So I think I take a note of that as well. Anytime I see like a solo laner burn their flash, I'm taking a note of it. So they know where I'm at. But oh well. They're still pinging me. Oh. It's a little unpleasant to know that you're being watched. My flash is down, so I don't want to go too hard. So I try to hold on my Q as much as I can. We can't really do anything. My E's down, and Sivir's not even like there, so that's kind of whatever. Jax is just passing by. My Q started to do a lot of damage. So with Sivir, as you can tell. I missed my E. Okay, that's the other like key mistake. I missed my E there. If I don't miss my E there, this guy dies 100% without Sivir dying. So I also missed my ult. I'm tanking turret as long as I can. He heals me. We get this guy, but Sivir dies because I missed my E. My ult was going to be hard because I would have had to pin it behind him like right here. So that was a terrible dive. In all honesty, it was pretty bad. I was worse by them because this feather woman character probably could have gotten out of there. This hipster wannabe could have gotten out of there if she just flashed, but she just took like all of this Sivir damage. I think she crit too, Sivir, with one of her autos, plus the boomerang blade. No one estimates how much damage that'll do. That was a terrible way we played dive, but we get 2 kills out of it. So Sivir's like mega ahead right now. I'm trying to fast forward to more of this game. Where am I at? Oh, okay, I'm looking mid. Because this guy is getting pushed into start. She's really low. So I'm looking to try to make something happen potentially here. So I'm going to go. I know she has no flash. I'm going to get the slow off on her. W. And then auto her down. Which is real nice. I don't know if we get this guy as well. I think we do. No, we don't. Okay, never mind. I thought he was going to get that last Q off. I think it was really close. But either way, you can E closer and then get the Q off. Especially for really low mobility people. Yeah, Xayah. There you go. Xayah. Hey, I don't remember names of the champions I don't play. It's like garbage 2 champions. So I'm going to go down here and gank this. She uses her ult to dodge my E. Don't do that because then the turret will hit me, which would have been great. No, you can get her ult. I had my ult up at the time. Almost, but I didn't have it. So yeah, you'll see that Xayah uses her ult to dodge my E, which I'll take. A basic ability for an ultimate's pretty much always worth it. I'm using Volibear's ultimate, which is garbage. Getting Volibear's ultimate's like getting nothing. I miss my ult from the dodges, but then I'll get the E and knock him out of his W and kill him. So that's pretty good. Yeah, so dashes really can mess with Gragas, but if they use them in, like your E is better against dashes than your R. Is funny how it works, but your E is incredibly important. You'll keep hearing me say it because it's true. Also, this recall already makes you a better Gragas player, just by having this recall. So I definitely recommend that skin, paid by Riot, by the way. 100% paid by Riot. So you can go walk out of Gragas early too, because I can get health back using my W just by walking around and Eing over walls and such. I should note that right now I'm going for one of my favorite items. It's okay. I'll remember the name of it. Jesus, Hextech Protobelt. There we go. Hex Tech Protobout, it allows you to have really good wave clear, which, again, just another like feature you can. It's an underrated feature for supports to have. It allows them to go like clear like turrets and stuff. But it also lets you have another way of getting closer to people and potentially Eing them or ulting them or Qing them. So I really like it, and it adds to your burst. And since I'm going AP, that's pretty important. So right now I'm roaming mid after I got called top because our top's getting like crushed a little bit. So I'm gonna try helping him out. I'm gonna go mid after this fight with Drake now. Unfortunately, I don't think I get anything because I'm a little late to the party. Yeah, Protobout's really handy. Like I said, just to add it adds so many things. It's not usually the best item to go, but for me personally, I find it utility-wise. It's got utility and it's got damage, all wrapped into one nice thing. And it's got CDR, and it buffs your auto, so most people don't expect how much damage is gonna come through. Revolver buffs your auto. So yeah. This guy's gonna get jumped on by E. I recognize that, and I'm gonna body slam Flash and save her ass. That's the biggest important about using stuff to help your team, the benefit of your team. And that doesn't really cost me like anything. I'm gonna try getting this bit. She flashes my ult and Jackson's, which is a high value flash, but ult for a flash is not bad. I'll take it and probably take care of it. He stays around for God knows why. I break this dude's knockup and he dies. I don't know what he was thinking. He probably wasn't thinking. He was probably too busy looking good. Something like that. I don't really know. He wasn't thinking anything. Now he's a corpse. We'll go. He's a good looking corpse. I will say that. So I think I finish my Protobout right here. I think I use it like effectively like 2 or 3 times during this match. I don't really get too many things out of it, but I thought it was worth it. I see Riven getting run down by this guy. I'm going to go assist him if he needs it. Always try to look at the map when trying to go out of your Nexus area, your fountain, to make sure you're going in the right direction and seeing if anybody needs your help. He's going to finish off this turn anyway. This team has the biggest threat to our team right now. And if it's just Teemo, it's probably not a problem.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
So right now, my team's like waiting to try to jump these guys. I don't really know. They see me. They're on to me, dude. The Popo is on to me right now. So I clear this. I try to clear this area. I see they push that forward. So I'm like, oh, fuck. That's not great. But I go and clear this one and head up. Lantern. Nice. Whopper. So here's the wave clear right there. I didn't even use it that effectively there, but Gragas has got pretty good wave clear for support for AP. That's very high. And you get more money too. Money. And not only am I a fat pig, I'm a fat guy who likes money. Vlad's coming back. I want to jump this bitch because I'm sure it's a flash. So I'm definitely gonna try doing that. So I'll slow her down. I think I missed my Q there, but I definitely get the ult back. Really nice. If I hit my Q, I might have not died. He'll finish this kill off, so that's pretty good. That was really not greatly played by me. I think I used Protobout. I didn't have Protobout up because I cleared the wave! Oh, damn. That actually kind of mattered because I would have been able to cure. I think I still would have died because Syndra problems, but she outplayed me. Anyway, the ult was the best part. We get the kill. Training support for mid's probably worth. I would just want to say it's worth because that way I didn't die in vain. And this guy got bigger. We'll keep adding stuff to it, even though it's probably not necessary. What do I end up doing next? So my next buy is going to be Abyssal Mask. It gives me health and mana, which is... Gragas likes that a lot. Excuse me. He likes health and mana. And he also likes wine and cheesers. So my team is being jumped on. There's a guy, but we trade 1 for 1. And I'm Protobout to get a little closer and faster. But
Nothing I could have done to save her. I see Jax going in, so I'm like, okay, I gotta help this guy out. EQ in. Jump on the Syndra. I think we have to get out of here because Teemo's a monster. This team is actually really strong. Like, he's the only one that like is like worth shit, but he's really strong, so we gotta watch out for that guy. I have a red buff. Actually, I think that's important. So I have red buff and I have my ult and everything else. I'm like, I think I could fight this Xayah with my shit. So I go in, burn her ult real early, throw it about onto her, and just like start autoing her down. And then we get the stun off. She flashes anyway, so guys. I could have played that a lot cleaner, but yeah, she ulted to dodge my E. So without my best spell, how am I gonna kill her? I had my Predator belt though, so I was able to get it right in her crush. So I'm warding up in the jungle, see if I can get a pick. I know they don't have like wards in this area. And yo, I think I jumped the gun a little bit when I did that. So I might wait and see if I can burst somebody down if they come in. We see it. Wards there. We think it's more important than this intro. I Q onto her and kill her, and she ults me because she's jackass. But yeah, Gragas can. Not only is it like very nice because you can get people like straight ahead, but you can redirect it. So I went like a little right there. You see that? That's why you stay in some, so you know, angles. We get this turret because of it. Syndra had flash, did not respect my body slam flash. Fun fact. Me and I think Syndra wants to go up here and chase this guy. This guy hasn't died yet, so if we get this guy, we end up taking Teemo out. It's pretty sad when Teemo's the biggest threat in the game, but we take him out.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
That's very nice. What else? Die. I get charmed mid my combo, by the way, so I couldn't do that. I tried to ult her, force her to Jack. It was a bad ult. I think that's like, I made like 3 key mistakes this game, and like that was one of my bad ones. I slow her down. I think we end up like losing this actually, or maybe 2. I slow her down and get the hell out of there. My passive keeps me alive. We chased this. Siver's like, why didn't we get the inhib? And I'm like, you're right, Siver. We should have gotten the inhib. But, you know, it was more fun to go for the kill. We're not really in danger of losing the game, but that was, she was completely correct. So, let it be known that sometimes, this guy actually chases me down. I forgot about this. He chases me down, exhaust and flashes on me. I'm pretty sure. So pretty boy, yeah, I salty call it out too, so I know. That way my team knows. They're like, oh, you didn't just die to nothing. I could have lied though. Anyway, fucking pretty boy takes me out. Goes home to his girlfriend. Actually, his girlfriend's on the side lane, but maybe he'll meet up with her in the future. Let's see. Anything else I can really talk about right now? So our next goal, my job right now, I got my Abyssal Mask too, and I finished my other item. Oh, I should talk about why I get Iron Boots of Wistidia. Just so I can get a faster flash cooldown. That's straight up the only reason I get it. It's nice for the CDR, but I love having my flash and a shorter cooldown. We're on the run. Super confident. I don't think we get anything else here. Oh no, I have a good ult here actually. I E in, and I get an ult, and I knock her towards my ribbon. So that was, to toot my own horn, pretty good right there. Not bad. We only killed her. Notice I haven't talked about like what in general it means to play support because I figured that's already kind of assumed. I just wanted to stuff specifically what goes through my head when I'm playing Gragas. Like I probably know there's a word there, but I want to recall in front of it to look good. And I can hear my music. Let me look. Okay, so
Next. Like I said, I just want to engage every fight I see with my ult because I'm a chode. And I've got a nice beard. That's my that's my goal. You could get Moby boots to do that, but I don't like being slowed down, especially by they have like say they have this team Moby boots is actually pretty good against. They don't have like a poke or anything that can slow me down. I'm gonna prep Baron because I know it will allow us to force fights real easily. Oh, they want to surrender. Also, Vladimir obviously copied my build. Just saying. Look, he's got like the same items. He obviously saw that I was doing something right. See, if he had my build precisely, he would have killed. So we see Teemo bot and he has no TP, so we're like, oh, let's do Baron. Anyway, then this guy gets jumped up. One mistake. That guy dies. And it's like the same. It's like literally the same exact fight. So we're gonna like, run down mid. I think this guy moves. Yeah. And Jax is like, "Hey, wait a minute. What are you doing down here, little shitbell?" And he jumps on him. And I see this girl. I saw her walking towards the stairs. I'm gonna ward over and see exactly. We end up chasing Teemo down. I think it is. I didn't want to jump into 3 of them right there. Oh no, we don't get this little shit. What the hell? Okay, report everybody. And then these guys go for this. Okay, this is... I'll just tell you, it's like flat elo, okay? Like, forgive me. Like, look at this. These guys want to go for an extra turret. Thankfully, I'm behind here. Just jump on a prostitute lady. Take her out of the equation. No more STDs for us. We're going to be, hopefully... Like, I don't even know what's going on. These 2 die. Maybe. Please die. Okay, Ian, idiot. Like, look at how like this fight is just disjointed. There's not much resistance, but hopefully the early game kind of gives you a sample size of like what you're doing. Also, don't flash into them at level like 2 and 3 though. I will note that. They jump for offer and stuff. That's all I need to do there. So that was AP Gragas a little more. I didn't really do any of my burst combos. That's kind of a shame. That actually really is a shame. But yeah, that's for the most part, yeah, that's I'm gonna actually pull up some stats of that too. Real quick. Because I actually haven't looked at them too. How much damage? Yeah, so like my damage is not bad for that game. I did more than Riven. I mean, she was getting but I almost did the most damage on our team. It was only by 2,000. That's like when Sivir had all those crit items. Although, wow. I feel bad for her. She actually played pretty well. But yeah. Gragas does a surprising amount of damage. So, if you want to play Gragas, I would recommend doing tank first. Because if you don't do tank, you're not going to get used to the AP. And AP play they have completely different mindsets too, so I will warn you that it's not for the faint of heart. So that's my Gragas commentary. Hopefully I'll be putting out more unique champions. I'm thinking about doing my Xerath because Xerath's a champion I also play a lot, support, and I think he has a unique playstyle as well, and he offers a lot for the team. But yeah, for the most part, that's my Gragas commentary. Thank you very much for tuning in. I don't have another commentary set up, or else I'd probably like pull something up. I can't stream actual games too, which would be really handy as well. But hopefully I'll work on it and we can fix that for future streams. But thank you very much.